In the previous video, we learned about choosing an AMI for your instance. In this video, we're going to take a look at selecting the instance type and size as we continue launching our instance. We'll discuss the general types, their features, and some good use cases for each. One common trait of all of the instance types are that they use Intel Xeon microprocessors. The first instance we're going to discuss is a general purpose instance type known as T2s. T2s are the least expensive instance type. Instead of dedicated CPU capacity, these instances share CPU capacity with other instances. They operate at a low baseline CPU performance and accumulate credits when idle. When they need to use the CPU, they can burst up to the full utilization of the virtual CPUs until they exhaust their credits. For the proper workloads, such as development environments, T2 instances should never run out of credits. Ts are the only types with burstable CPU capacity allocation. Before we move on, we should note that instance types are designated by a letter followed by a number, which is the generation of the instance type. So T2 designates the second generation of the T instances. Another general purpose instance type are the Ms. M4s use the Advanced Haswell Architecture microprocessor. They are EBS optimized, which means they will provide consistent network connectivity to EBS volumes. They also support enhanced networking, which provides higher bandwidth, higher number of packets per second, and consistently lower latencies between instances. They do not provide local instance storage. Ms are very suitable for small and mid-sized databases and many web applications. M3s are an older generation of the Ms and use the previous version processors, Ivy Bridge. M3s do provide up to 160 gigabytes of instance storage, as you can see in the table. The first compute-optimized instance we're going to look at is the C4s. They use the most powerful Haswell processors. They are EBS optimized and support enhanced networking and clustering. They do not come with any instance storage, but they are great as high-performance front-end fleets, analytics, and batch processing. Like the Ms, the older generation of the Cs use the Ivy Bridge processors and provide up to 640 gigabytes of local instance storage. Next up are the memory-optimized instance types. The X1s are monster boxes with 128 virtual CPUs, almost 2 terabytes of RAM, and 3.8 terabytes of instance storage. They are perfect for in-memory databases like SAP HANA and big data processing. More back down to earth are the R3 memory-optimized instances. These provide up to 640 gigabytes of instance storage and 244 gigabytes of memory for your relational databases and memory caches. If your applications can benefit from GPU acceleration, G2s come with NVIDIA GPUs with an onboard video encoder. They are great for 3D streaming and video encoding. Finally, there are two storage-optimized instance types, one with SSD storage and the other with hard disks. I2s provide up to 1.6 terabytes of SSD instance storage, accessible at up to 365,000 IOPS. So they are sometimes referred to as I/O optimized instances. They are great for NoSQL databases, Hadoop, and cluster file systems. D2s provide up to 48 terabytes of local magnetic storage. This makes them great for data warehouses, MapReduce, and network file systems. Now that we have learned about the instance types, let's continue launching our instance. In the previous video, we selected an AWS Linux AMI. In the second step for launching our instance, we need to select the instance type and size. To stay on the free tier, let's select a T2 Micro. This is a general purpose instance that will provide one virtual CPU, 1 gigabyte of memory, and will not have any instance storage. Click on Next Configure Instance Details to go to the next step. On this page, we're pretty much going to leave everything as a default settings. However, we do want to make sure that we get a public IP address for our instance so we can log into it. So choose Enable on Auto Assign Public IP. Then click Next Add Storage. In this video, we have learned about the 5 general categories of instance types, their features, and suitable workloads for each. The next decision we have to make is the size and type of storage volumes to attach to our instance. So in the next video, we will discuss EC2 storage options.